What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to Chat with Charlie. I am your host, Charlie. First, I want to say thank you so much to all the new subscribers that are rocking with your girl. Welcome. I appreciate you. And if you are new here, welcome to you as well. I created Chat with Charlie to be a resource to other Black millennials that are trying to navigate marriage and relationships, okay? So when I was growing up, I didn't see any successful marriages. And when I got married, I had a lot of questions. I didn't know if I was doing things right. And there weren't really many resources out there for me. And so now that I'm 10 years into my marriage, I have some experience under my belt. I figured that I would open up my life a little bit and share what I have learned with other people who are like me, who are searching. So this is definitely intended to be a safe place for you. And I would love to have you as a subscriber and definitely a follower on Instagram as well, because I'm very active over there and I share a lot of other tips and things that I can't always get out as quickly here on YouTube. So definitely follow me in both places. So today I'm excited because I have a video for the ladies. I know a lot of us have experienced where we're in relationships, we're married, and we feel like we want more from the man in our life. We want more communication. We want to understand them better, and we're not really getting a lot out of them. And so I wanted to just share some things that I've learned that I hope are going to be helpful. So number one, I want to say, don't take it personal, sis. Okay, don't take it personal. So in my marriage, I have learned that my husband developed sort of like a defense mechanism when he was a little bit younger, when he was a teenager. So there were some things that he saw. Okay, so my husband is a Black man. He grew up in a certain environment, and real talk, like there was some sort of tragic things that I think he saw people lose their life, violence, things like that. And he sort of had to put himself in a position where if I'm going to be seeing these things on a regular basis, I have to develop a defense mechanism. Like I can't have an emotional response every time this type of thing happens. So he had to kind of separate his emotions from things. So here you fast forward to him being a young man now. He's out of that environment, and then he gets married to me. And I'm like, I want to hear how you feel about things, and I want to connect with you emotionally. And it's kind of like a different world. You know what I'm saying? So if the man in your life is similar, understand that it's going to take a process for him to go from what he has trained himself to be and what the world has trained him to be to now being a little bit more emotional and understanding and opening up about his feelings, where he may have grown up in an environment where him sharing his feelings was not even a part of the equation. So you really want to give a little bit of grace there, because I'm pretty sure that it's not about you. It's just really about how he grew up and what he experienced. So just take the pressure off of yourself. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's not that he's trying to be rude or insensitive. It really is just sort of his upbringing or things that he experienced before your relationship. So number two, you have to create a safe environment. Okay, in my experience with men, so I was raised by a single father. Okay, I'm married to a Black man. My dad is a Black man. My brother is a Black man. I'm raising two Black boys. I've had best friends that were men. And I have learned that men are very good at just not connecting emotionally, like period. Okay, if they do not feel safe, they are not going to open up to you. So you really want to do as much as you can to create a safe space. Now, this can be difficult. I'm just speaking honestly, because sometimes in relationships, it's kind of like, or I have felt like, listen, like it is what it is. Like, open up. We're married. Tell me how you feel. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. But, for men, they're different. And in some ways, I do feel like men can be a little bit more sensitive than women. So you want to make sure that you're not being judgmental, critical, and that you're not making insensitive jokes, especially when he does try and open up a little bit. Be real careful, ladies, okay? Don't make little jokes and don't say little things, because for him, he can feel like, well, I opened up a little bit and she clowned me, so I'm not opening up no more. And so you just want to just create a welcoming environment. You know what I'm saying? Try not to be super critical. Try not to bring up all the negative things that he's done. This is a hard one for me. I will be very honest with you. Because I think there's a thin line between holding my husband accountable, but then also creating a safe space. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always in my marriage trying to balance the two. Like, and how do you do that? You have to pick your battles, right? You don't want to talk to him about every single thing that he's done. Really choose only those things that are really, really important to you. So if you're trying to get him in a place where he opens up more emotionally, then when he does open up, try not to pinpoint and nitpick every little thing that he says. Well, you told me last time that it was this and this and this and that. You don't want to go there. You want to be calm when he does open up, even if it's just a little bit, because again, you want to make him feel like you're a safe place. Now, in my 10 years of marriage, I do feel like within the past 2 or 3 years, my husband has actually opened up a lot more. And it has actually been great. He has shared with me more why he is the way that he is, why he says some of the things that he says. Like I said, he shared with me about the defense mechanism and why he had to just kind of cut his emotions off at one time. So I'm understanding him a lot more. But again, men have to feel safe. And if they don't feel safe, what they're going to do is they are basically going to ghost you in terms of their emotions. And men are very good at doing that. Like, this is the reason why they say men can have sexual affairs and it not be like an emotional affair. Women are more prone to have emotional affairs. Men are more prone to have sexual affairs because it's easier for them to disconnect their emotions in the relationships that they're in. Like, they can go on long periods of time where they are not connecting emotionally and still have a relationship. And it's because if they don't feel safe, they're not going to open up. So moving on to my last point is communication on your part. It is important for the man in your life to know that you need their communication, even if they're not giving it at the moment. Now, I did a video where I talked about how to communicate with black men. Very important video. It is a must watch. And in that video, I talked about, raising your voice, threatening behavior, stuff like that. Watch that video when you're done with this one. And so on this third point, communication, you want to communicate with the man in your life and let him know how important it is that he open up and share, but you don't want to do it in an aggressive way. You just kind of want to drop it subtly, maybe at dinner, during a time when things are intense. And you just want to say, babe, I just want to let you know that I would like for you to open up a little bit more. I want to get to know you more. Something kind of soft, something suggestive, not something super aggressive, and then you kind of leave it there. And after a period of time of you doing that, a couple months, a couple years even, he will kind of get the point and understand how important it is, and he may start to take steps in the right direction to do that. We actually just had something a couple weeks ago where my husband came home. I was in the office doing something, and he came. He opened up the door and he was like, "You gonna be in here all night?" And I was like, "What you mean? Like, I'm just sitting here taking care of some stuff." And after a little bit of back and forth, he was like, "Okay." He realized what I was looking for, because I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I'm just in here." And he was like, "Okay, so I just got home, right? I would like it if you would come out of the room, spend some time with us in the living room." And I was like, "Oh, I totally understand what you mean now," because he changed what he was saying from, "You gonna be in here all night," which I'm thinking he's coming at the work that I'm taking care of. But that wasn't even the case. Like, he was more concerned with me spending time with the rest of the family. But you see the difference in how that came out? And so I can tell you that for me expressing to my husband that I need to understand your feelings behind the things that you're doing, behind the things that you're saying. He understood that, and in that moment he was able to rephrase what he was saying so that I could understand and connect with him emotionally. So it takes time. It takes time. It's not an overnight process. Not with men. Not with men. With men, they have to feel safe and secure. They have to know that they're going to still have respect. Respect is huge for men. They have to know that they're still going to have dignity. And so you sort of have to create an environment where they feel comfortable. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Definitely check out some of my other videos. There's a lot more to come with Chat with Charli. Like I said, head over to Instagram. I think the link is below in my description. and follow me there. I'm at Chat with Charli. Charli does not have an E on the end. And I would love to just engage with you and see what are some things that you guys want to hear about. I have topics in mind. I have a list of things that I'm like compiling. But I would love to hear from you and just know what you're interested in or what some struggles are in your relationships that you'd like for me to cover, okay? So anyway, guys, again, thank you, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.